This combo drill is arm shallowing with left tilt. Now, oftentimes when you're working on something new, you're gonna have to combine it with another skill in order for it to work. What I mean by that is if let's say you've got a really bad over the top swing and a big scoop down at the bottom and early extension and standing up, well, you've got a cluster going on there, but you hit good shots, right? Occasionally, or maybe not as often as you like, but throughout the round, throughout practice, you're gonna hit good shots. Those good shots come from when your path is more or less balanced. Now the problem is you have these extreme movements that are trying to balance out the path. Oftentimes when you change one movement, it'll really move the path if it was an extreme movement, and so you'll have to disrupt or change one of the other movements to get it back to balance. Here's a common example. Many golfers get steep with their arms and then they slow down their body rotation and stand up a little bit. So they pull down kind of like this and stand up, and they struggle with some contact misses, maybe a right path, maybe a left path, but they usually struggle with low point control. So oftentimes we'll work on getting some arm shallowing. And what'll happen is if I do that same pivot and I shallow my arms, the first time I try it, I may top the ball. And the reason would be my body standing up is a big shallower. My arm shallowing now is a big shallower. I took away the steep. So now I've no longer balanced out the swing. Oftentimes you're gonna have to work on two things at once in order to totally balance a pattern. Common one is this arm shallowing with left tilt or transition crunch, basically getting my body to stay or to reflex and stay facing the golf ball instead of standing up. So they're good to work together. I'm going to work on that arm shallowing movement, maybe in a pump drill, and I'm gonna work on that regaining flexion or getting into that left side or regaining my posture, however you want to phrase it. I like to call it the left tilt because that'll help you do it more from the rib cage so that the lower body can still lead the downswing. Oftentimes I find when golfers just try to regain their flex, they lose their lower body completely and they just turn into more of a crunch movement, not really just this increased tilt. Okay, so if I'm gonna try to combo those movements together, let's say I've been practicing them for a little while, so I know what it feels like to do this left tilt, I know what it feels like to do this arm shallow, and I'm gonna try and combo the two of them together. Get a little bit of feel, maybe do a pump drill, and then give it a go with the golf ball down there. And by working on these two together, it should give me kind of a similar flight to the stand-up as far as amount of curve, but it'll give me different turf contact. It will give me probably different trajectory. This will be a little bit flatter. Ultimately, this will be a little bit more consistent. So if you're struggling with the arm shallowing, maybe you have to add a little bit of the left tilt or the transition crunch. If you're struggling with regaining your posture, maybe you're early extending, you might have to work on arm shallowing. Those two go hand in hand. Frequently, you need to combo the training of them together.